Woll stands tall again as the Maple Leafs rookie netminder takes the goaltending reins. Hey everyone, welcome to Inside the Leafs. Rob Wong joined alongside by Toronto Sun Maple Leafs writer Lance Hornby. And last week, Lance, we spoke about whether or not there was a goaltending controversy brewing between Ilya Samsonov and Joseph Woll, but there may not be one for the time being, as Woll has stopped 65 of his last 66 shots faced, helping the Leafs win 2 games in a row. How do you think Sheldon Keefe handles the goalie situation moving forward?
Well, I don't think he can back away from Joseph Woll and his excellent play the last little while. I mean, Samsonov essentially laid an egg the past couple of starts, and no reason not to stick with the kid. He looks poised. The last night's game against Washington, certainly against Ovechkin, stared him down a couple of times, including a penalty shot, and that's essentially everything Samsonov wasn't doing. But there's a disclaimer from this corner because it is October, and as much as everyone railed about last year about the Leafs being in dire straits when they had another of their clumsy October starts, October isn't over yet. This team has never won since 2018, won 3 in a row in October. So I'm really anxious to see. Again, we're going to assume that Woll can start against Dallas, that how he does against a much better team. Washington's a team that was kind of walking on eggshells last night. So good to see, and it's great to see the Leafs develop a goalie versus some of the people they brought in and paid a lot more money who haven't gone up to snuff. And going back to James Reimer, they haven't really had a successful one. So interesting to see if Woll can keep this going.
Yeah, I think we forget last year Matt Murray, who was the one to get the reins early on in the season before Samsonov and Woll closed things out come playoff time. Meanwhile, the penalty kill has been less than stellar so far, sitting around 20th in the league, just a shade over 75% success rate. We know there's some new personnel on the PK this year, Austin Matthews joining that group, of course, Lance. But is it a case where there just needs to be a little patience preached with the results so far?
Well, I think so. I think a lot of that is factored into the goaltending. You saw, I think, the game before last with Samsonov and he against Tampa Bay, I think it was, and he looked a little shaky. You are talking about some new personnel, but there is this aggressiveness in the Leaf penalty kill with the introduction of Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews, and certainly I like Matthew Nyes there as well. So that's the adjustment process. All three of those guys have said that their priority should be defense. They're not out there to get those odd man breaks. I mean, that certainly with their talent is what they can produce, but they are out there at that time in the game to kill penalties. And I think they're more than adept at stick checking, blocking shots, that kind of thing. I mean, Marner I think has always been, and Matthew Sue among the shot block leaders in the league. But you got to worry about that too, because if you saw that puck whistle right by Jake McCabe's head last night, you got to wonder there one good shot block or one missed shot block, I should say, from a potential injury. Then people raise their arms and say, "Why on earth is are your best 2 players out there killing penalties, putting themselves in harm's way?"
Yeah, there's always concerns with that. The ice time as well. You don't want to tire these guys out in the first month of the season. As always, leave your thoughts in the comments section below or send us an email at torontomapleleafs@postmedia.com. For Lance Hornby, I'm Rob Wong. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next time.